Everybody, welcome to an all new video with Matt. Today I'm going to show y'all how to make boat or kayak anchors out of just using some concrete and coffee cans. So stick around, I'm going to show you how. Alright guys, so let's go over everything that we're going to be using for this video. Super easy to do. You're going to need a couple of coffee cans. I got this like smaller style kind right here, guys. This is a 10.8 ounce right there, guys. That'd definitely be a great boat anchor for, like, say a kayak or something. And then I got like your standard size right here. This is the 24.2 ounce coffee can, the plastic kind, guys. You want to use the plastic kinds. Then we got ourselves about a half a bag of a 50-pound bag of concrete, so roughly 25-pound bag. You can find them smaller than that, I believe, but 50 is about as small as you're going to see at your local like Lowe's, Home Depot type of store. Then you're going to need to get yourself 6 of these 3/8 washers right here, guys, like that. 6 of those. I got 12 3/8 nuts total. And then we stopped at our Tractor Supply, and these are roughly about $3 each, guys. These are 3/8 eye bolts right here, guys. And these are the taller kind right here. I want to say, let's see, these are 8-inch long. So yeah, so get yourself about 1 or 2 of those, depending on how many you're going to try to make out of your bag of concrete and how many coffee cans you got. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing we need to do all this right here, guys, is I want to go ahead, before I even mix my concrete up, is I want to go ahead and get some of these little nuts and washers put in place. So I'm going to take one of my nuts, I'm going to spin it all the way up to the top just like that, all right? I'm going to throw a washer on there. And then I'm going to spin another nut right on there, just like that. And what this is going to do is it's going to cause it to have some like little anchoring points. Whenever we go to put this inside and put our concrete around it, it's going to give it stuff to bite to, right? So that's one of them right there, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is take another nut, I'm going to spin it down about towards the middle right there, just like that. Do the same thing, throw another washer on there, another nut. Lock them down like that, and I'm going to throw one near the bottom right here, guys. I like to do it in 3s. Alright, so there's that. Another washer. And another nut. Alright, so go ahead and make both of your little eye hooks, guys, look just like that. You don't got to get them all crazy tight. Like, they'll stay pretty tight as it is. Just go ahead and hand tighten those down. So go ahead and do that to your other I-beam hook thing, and then we'll go ahead and get our concrete mixed up. Guys, so being half a bag, I don't need that much water. I'm just going to give it a little bit of water at first. That's probably enough right there to go ahead and start mixing up that concrete right there, guys. You don't want it to be too soupy, but you don't want it to be real thick like peanut butter either, guys. You want to give it nice, good middle consistency, right? So now, right there, it's already dry again right there. Spray just a little bit of water. It's different when you're working with a full bag of concrete, because you know you need at least a gallon and maybe a little bit more, but kind of hard to judge these little half bags right here, guys. So just always just do it a little at a time. So I'm gonna finish getting this mixed up, and then we'll be ready to put it into our coffee cans. All right, guys, there we go. Got a nice consistency right there. Like I said, you don't want it too thin where it's just like straight water and soup running straight down to the bottom, but you don't want it so thick that it's hard to move. Just like that right there is a good consistency. So now let's go ahead and load up our coffee cans. Alright, guys, I'm just going to start with the larger size right here. And again, like I said, kind of plan this out where you can make a couple of different ones so you can see which kind works best for you. Alright, so there we go. I'm going to fill this one up. Not all the way to the top, but almost to the top. You ain't got to get it all perfect in there. It'll come off the sides. It's plastic. It's just like with a bucket. Concrete will bust right off of it. So I'm just going to pour that in there with my shovel like that, real nice and easy. Like, honestly, I think I'd have enough concrete out of this half of a bag to do at least one more of these big kind and maybe another one of these smaller ones right here, guys. A little bit more in there. Alright, so now that I got those in, I'm just going to use the shovel to give it a quick little patting on the top. Let that overflow just kind of form out. Smooth it down a little bit. Alright, so once you get them filled up like that, go ahead and start shaking them around, guys. That releases all the little air bubbles that'll get in there and make your pour not so good. So just shake them around really good, and you'll start to see air bubbles coming up to the tops. So yeah, just get them shook around just like that right there. Now, you don't want to go ahead and stick them in right away because it's nice and soupy still, right? You want to give it about, I'd say give it about 10-15 minutes. Then it'll have enough time to kind of set up a little bit where we can put our little anchor pins inside there, right? So give it about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back. It's been about 15 minutes later. Still keep giving them a good little shaking here and there, guys, to really get those air bubbles out of there. So now what we can do is take our little eye hooks that we got right here, guys, and we're just going to stick them right down in the center. You ain't got to get crazy technical with it, but you just want to get it as close to the center as possible, guys, and then go ahead and shimmy that thing down in there till it touches the bottom right there, guys. And you just want to kind of make sure you move it around and that it's standing up nice and straight. You don't want it to dry like sideways like that and all that. You just want to make sure that they stay standing straight up. And like I said, after about 15 minutes, it should be enough consistency right there where it'll just automatically stay up on its own without really any help right there, guys. So here we go with this one right here. Same thing. Just gonna shake it, jimmy it down in there till we fill the bottom. Tap it a little if you need to, kind of get it centered up. And now you see what those washers and nuts is going to do. It's going to really help bind it instead of just that one piece that could just easily pull out if it got hit with a hammer hard enough, or if you dropped it too hard or something like that, guys. So now what we're going to do, make sure we like the way that they are positioned in there. And if they slack on you just a little bit, just keep checking them like every 15 minutes or so, guys. Unless you're using that like fast set type of concrete, then you might want to check it like every couple minutes. But just give them a little check every now and then. Make sure they're still standing up nice and straight like that right there, guys. So now what you need to do is just every now and then periodically check on your little eye hooks right here. Make sure they're nice and straight the way you want them, and then just let it sit there and dry, guys, for at least the next like 15-17 hours, guys. You want to let that stuff cure really good before you even start messing with it. So let those sit there for about a whole entire day, and we'll be back once this stuff dries. Alright, guys, we are back. It's roughly been about 3 days later, guys. I've been really busy and trying to get back to it, but yeah, 3 days later, this concrete is nice and solid. Now you got two options here, guys. A lot of people like to just leave the coffee can part around it just like that right there and tie on their rope or their little hook or whatever they're going to use to drop it down. Me personally though, I don't like the coffee can look, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that coffee can off of there. Now concrete doesn't really stick to plastic all that well. You can take a little hammer and tap it all the way around. As you can see, like right here in the top right there, it's already kind of loose, but it's going to be a little hard to just pull right out because of these little ribs that's in the cans. And like say the back side right here, it's got that big hand grip part right there, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take like plain old knife and I'm just going to cut it down all the way down the side right here on both of these, and then just peel this off of there, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick now. Alright, guys, I got both of the coffee cans peeled out from around it. If you saw that, I just took a little razor knife and just scored it on one side real good, turned around, scored it on the other side, and literally just peeled these things apart. There is our small size coffee can that we did right there, and there is our larger size, guys. It's pretty stout right there. It's about a good 13-14 pounds. I want to say this one's maybe I would say that one's probably about 6-7 pounds right there, guys. So what I like to use, now you can do anything you want for your anchors. You can just tie your rope directly to these and all that, guys. But what I like to do is I like to take these big carabiner clips right there, tie my little rope to it right there that I use for my anchors, and then I can just quickly attach just like that right there, guys, and lower my anchor down on my kayak is what I would use this one for. And the same thing, I got these same things on my boat right there, and on my boat I can use this bigger one right here to send it down, guys. You can use chain, you can use a thicker grade rope. I use this paracord right here. Stuff is strong as rock, so not really worried about that right there breaking, guys. Alright, so that is going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful week ahead. Peace.